time that she is spending to help Philippines, her group here in the Philippines, to learn more about Elken. So I will turn you over to our speaker for today for the third system topic of Elken, our most ever supportive Miss Josephine Chong. Hi Jo, take it over.
Hi. Thank you very much, Gigi, for always supporting us as well. And magandang hapon, everyone. Yeah. So I know it's a Saturday afternoon, and thank you for spending time here again. Yeah. So, and I think some of the area is under general GCQ, and some is moderate, and some is more serious, right? So I hope everyone stay safe and healthy and good. Yeah. So we will keep today's session in 1 hour sharp because 5 p.m. we have the meeting with Miss Pang. Okay, so now let's start. So thanks Gigi to do the screen sharing this round. So today our topic is about mental attitude and perception. Yeah. So of course, before I start, I always need to thank Elken Global, because without the company, such a good platform, we will not have this opportunity today. Yes, yeah. I wait for my slides. Yeah. So thanks to Elken Global. Next slide. And also thanks to my life coach, Brother Jay and Sister Valet. Yeah. Of course, Brother Jay is always missing everyone in Philippines, and he also sent his regards to all of you there. Stay healthy and stay good. And also thanks to my senior upline, Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee. So they are always behind the scene to give us support. Yeah, especially to discuss all the strategy with management as well. And of course, thanks to our Elken Global 001, Mr. Francis Chia, because all this Elken system education is actually drafted from his wisdom, and we are blessed that we are now can translate it into other language and share with all the brothers sisters here. And thanks to also Elken Gift Spirit. With the Gift Spirit, you see, we can really learn from different leaders, especially in the online era now. And of course, thanks to Elken Global Management Team. So especially during this crisis, I think they really help a lot in supporting every single in the team and try to make the arrangement in terms of like career, everything for us. Yeah. So next page. Yeah. So before I start, I just want to talk about a little story first. I think a lot of you has heard of this book before, Think and Grow Rich. So how this story come by is actually in the 19th century. There's this very famous American industrialist named Andrew Carnegie. I believe many heard of it. So he actually very famous in the American steel industry and become one of the richest Americans in the history. So that time he was thinking, yes, he's very wealthy. He can leave a lot of money, wealth to the children, grandchildren. But after the grandchildren finish all the wealth, then the wealth will be gone as well. So he's thinking, what is the best that he should leave for his children, grandchildren, so they can become successful throughout and pass down to generation and generation. Then he suddenly had an idea. He actually get this young man to interview 500 successful people in America at the time and write about the summary of their success factors. So this young man, which is Napoleon Hill, take 20 years, to complete the interview with the 500 successful people and write about this book, Think and Grow Rich. So what is the secret behind? It's actually the mental attitude. So they find out that it is a transformation of the mental attitude that will bring a great change in our life. Our mental attitude, which will determine our destiny. That's why I think today, if we don't want to succeed in your life, we will not spend time here listening to me for 1 hour, as you may have better things to do. But it's all because that we have a mental attitude that we want to success that determine we are here today. So in Elken, that's why our 001 always emphasize that success in Elken equal to 99% mental attitude and perception and 1% skill and method. So perception is like how we see things. Mental attitude is our state of mind and how we behave. It's all interconnected and will affect each other. So for example, when our feeling is good, then we have the desire to succeed and to continue to work. And sometimes we have feeling come from the perception, come from how we think, and feeling affect our emotion affect our decision, and decision determine our action, and action will determine the result. So in short, how we feel, actually how we think, will determine our action and our result later. So for example, sometimes when our upline or when we heard from management, if someone to have meeting with us, do we really always feel like appreciate, we feel gratitude? Or sometimes we think that, oh, I'm stressed, or maybe the management want to chasing me for my sales again. There's two different angles. Thinking is just depend on how we perceive it. So next, a good start equal to half the better one. Yeah, a good start actually depends on the right mental attitude and perception. So of course, like just now I mentioned, Napoleon Hill actually interviewed 500 people and summarized all the key mental attitude a success people should have. So therefore, there are definitely many, but here in Elken, our 001 summarized the 8 most important key mental attitudes and perceptions we need to be succeed in Elken. So number 1, yes, believe first, possess later. So when we say believe, meaning sometimes, when we haven't even see anything yet, but we already believe 100% and trust and go in like wholeheartedly to do one thing. I believe many of you have heard of Jack Ma. Jack Ma was a teacher, just an ordinary English teacher from China, like 20 years ago. And then just happened that in 1995, he went to US theater as an interpreter, and a friend there showed him the internet for the first time. So he's so excited because he realized there's no data from China and they want to bring this information, this technology to China, and they want to launch a website and register the homepage. And that time, China is not connected to internet yet. Nobody believed that there's network. Nobody believed that there's such thing called the internet. So he don't have any money or investment to start with. He go and borrow from friends and relatives with USD 2,000 to set up a company, even though he don't know anything about computer. He never touched a keyboard before. He don't know anything. And he just start the company, and the company has 3% just himself, the wife, and a friend who has computer background. So here he started, and even nobody believed him. He continued to work, and 4 years later, 1999, he gathered another 18% in the apartment and talked to them about his vision, and everyone put money in table and they set up Alibaba, which is the famous e-commerce company, the biggest now in the world. So this is how strong he believed, from the beginning, since he first know about internet. And when in China, nobody ever see internet before. That is the strong belief he has. That's why he says here, they call me Crazy Jack. I think crazy is good. We are crazy, but we are not stupid. Yeah. Yes, when we want to believe something, you can go really crazy, but we are not stupid because we already have a prejudgment. So same in our life also, in our career. Before you become successful, you need to believe you can be successful. And before you become wealthy, you need to believe first you can become wealthy later. Yeah. So belief is more of an attitude, and is especially a matter of trusting ourselves. So we ask ourselves, oh, whether do we really trust ourselves and trust our upline, trust our downline, trust the company, trust the product, marketing plan, management, everything. Yeah. You know, we have to abandon the thoughts like, oh, I think maybe I cannot, I may not able to do it, or I wish I could. All these are the not so positive words that maybe we need to remove from our subconscious mind. We try to input the positive word like I can do it, I can achieve it, I must, I will. Yeah. So, because having belief does not require any special skill or talent, we just need to have a proper judgment. Of course, we are not asking people to blindly believe, but once you have already done the judgment part and you already ensure that this is the correct path and the correct company and platform you want to focus with, believe it wholeheartedly and work on it. And belief is also a choice. We have to believe, we choose to believe. And we also have to believe that our past does not represent the future. So never be discouraged or rejected by the failure we faced before. Always give ourselves a chance to believe again, because we still have so many years to go on. So in Elken, we have a lot of samples of Elkenians through belief and practice of the system who are able to continuously navigate in the MLM industry. And I believe many of you here, if you heard of the story of how Ma'am Izai and Sister Hazel, they all started here, in the previous company, they have already a huge network and they already have consistent income. But what makes them to burn the bridge and make the decision to join Elken Global? You know, and maybe at that time, they're not even sure how many downlines can join them together. And there may be chances that they need to start all over from zero again. But in their heart is the strong belief that make them to make the great move. So believe first and possess later. They can choose not to believe, or they can choose slowly think and wait for others to success first, but they did not. They choose to believe first, and they trust the company, the people here, and they trust themselves. And this is how amazing they have eventually grown the network here. So give great leaders here a round of applause as well. So as long as you persist in believing in yourself and in Elken, you will become a winner. Yes, with the consistent hard work. And number 2, a strong desire and determination to succeed. Yes, a strong desire is, I think, is a very, very important. So ask ourselves always, especially I think when we are facing rejection or failure, how strong again is our desire? How strong is our determination? When Brother Jay and I come to Philippines, we have nothing to start here. Actually, we all start from zero. But with the strong desire and determination, Brother Jay fly to Philippines every single month. No matter there's earthquake, typhoon, we have a volcano eruption, whatever, he still come consistently every month. That's what we call strong determination to succeed. Same to his Thailand network as well. He don't know Thai language, he don't know anything, he don't have a Thai downline there. But because of the strong desire to lead by example, to build the international market, and he fly there every month as well to build from scratch. There is no excuse. That's why we always say, where there is a will, there is a way. So think back, when especially when we achieve something great in our life before, there must be some time in our life before that we really, really desperately want something, and we are so eager that we can do everything to get it, no matter day, and we don't even care about day and night. Sometimes we even forget to eat or sleep. Yeah, that is how crazy when you are really in the mode of having a very strong desire. You would do anything, just like a small kid. Sometimes when they really want something, candy or whatever, they will actually try all means to actually grab the thing from you. That is how strong the desire is. So everyone is born with this, and we just need to find out from deep in our heart what is the exact thing that we want. So the only way to succeed is to have strong self-determination. Nobody can force us. So self-determination is very important. Set a clear goal and strive to do your best to achieve it, and do it again until it's close to success. So, and we go the number 3. So number 3, what you sow, you reap, and what you give, you get. Yes, like everyone know there is no free lunch in the world. Whatever we want to get or achieve, we need to give first. Just like planting a tree, from seeding to harvesting, we need a lot of care and to provide nutrients and water. Sometimes it takes years or even decades to really, get to the harvest. But it's all the hard work that makes up all the result later on. So Thomas Edison also say, to succeed is only 1% depends on talent, but 99% depends on the hard work. So we may also see there is a lot of talented people out there, but if they are not they are not hardworking enough, they are not focused enough, they may not end up long-term success, or maybe just short-term, or they can't even focus. Maybe we need to mute the incomers. Yeah. And however, we see a lot of ordinary people, hardworking people, although without talent, but with the consistent work, he will later on enjoy a long-term success, and he will eventually reach there. So with a right mental attitude, the journey will last longer. Yeah. And of course, we are saying that the success does not happen by chance. Being wealthy does not happen by luck. So, so now when we all see all the good news or announcement from Miss Pang, from the Elken Global page, like there is new president, Dr. Andrew, previous few months, there is many good news from other president, there's great success from Indonesia team during the lockdown, and we are amazed also how our sister Anna Lee can complete her first Korea ticket in the first 4 pay cycle. But does all this success come by chance, or does it drop from the sky? Definitely no. Only the person growing through it will understand that it's all built by the hard work since day one. That's why I always remember Brother Jay say this: no pain, no gain. He always share with me. Just like people spending time training their muscles in the gym, they will be fit and have a good body. You cannot let go, because if you relax anytime, yeah, maybe the muscle you need to retrain back again. So imagine if you spend most of your time in exercise during this lockdown. Yes, definitely you'll be more fit. If we spend more time, uh, to cook, or to spend time with the family, yes, we enjoy the time with the family. If we spend more time in expanding our network online during this period, and then this will be where President Cody say that you will have an empire later. It's always where we spend the time um, decides our result later on. If we spend our time just a part-time business doing the business here, of course we are also getting a part-time income. However, if we are spending full time, really, like, most of the time we are focused in our network, building every single members and doing the follow-up, definitely you will enjoy the growth later on. So the more you give, the more you will receive later. And number 4, keep learning and improving. Yes, This is also a great mentality and attitude that I learned from Elken, from the leaders, management, everyone. I was very surprised, when 5 years ago, when Elken was 20 years ago, our global chairman, Mr. Eketan, he was already so successful at that time, but he still employed an external consultant to check through every single process and to check what outcome management can do better in order for the outcome global to sustain and to competitive enough to sustain another 100 years. So, continuous do changes for the best of our future. Sometimes keep changing and improving is easy when we are not doing well or when we are new. But when the company is already the number one in Malaysia and already 20 years and already at the peak, that is the hardest time, and the leaders still want to make changes. So thanks to the great leader we have in Outcome Global and a very good mentality to really set an example to inspire all of us to keep learning. So the life of a person begins with learning. To improve ourselves, we always need to continue to grow and continue to break through and continue willing to invest the time to learn, just like all of you here are willing to spend time. I know the data may not be so good in all the areas, but we are glad that you still spend time to participate, to join. Yeah. And I understand also many of the leaders here, this may be your first time, second time download the Zoom or trying to figure how to call in. So give yourself also a round of applause because you are still continue to improving yourself, finding way to how to grow. And yes, we currently cannot learn from the offline meeting, but we try all the ways to learn from online. So Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, he says, stay hungry, stay foolish. That is his motto for his life. So stay hungry, meaning always be curious to learn more and to achieve more. Always hunger for knowledge. Stay foolish means dare to make conventional decision, because Steve Jobs did when he quit his college to pursue his goal. He's saying that we should also take some stupid risks and throw caution to the wind sometimes. Yes, if there is changes that sometimes we need to make in order to make us do better in our business or life or for our future, just do it. I just want to share with you, when in 2009, when I just get to know Elken, I was a chemist in Singapore. So my pay the time in Singapore is almost like let me see, it's almost like 150,000 150,000 peso 10 years ago, meaning I'm already in a very comfort zone. But because when I get to understand all these things about why I need to do Elcon, and I really think that it's a platform that can change my future and help a lot of ordinary people to change their life, I also make changes in my life. So around 1+ years later, I actually quit my job as a chemist from Singapore. And that time I was a Singapore permanent resident pass holder. If you heard of many workers working in Singapore, they actually work there, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years just want to get a PR. There is not easy. But when I decided to quit my job there and also cancel my PR and I moved back to Malaysia, just because I want to focus more time and learn to do Elken more. And because I never have any sales experience, so I moved back from Singapore to Malaysia. We call Johor, which is southern part of Malaysia, and it's a town where Brother Jay is staying. And that time I don't know how to drive because all the while in Singapore I was taking public transport. So I moved back. I don't know how to drive. I go and find a sales job, and the sales job maybe the pay, I think, is only like very little. How much? Just like maybe 20 over thousand, from 100 over thousand to 20 over thousand. But just because I really want to learn the sales experience, how to talk to people, and I want to expand my network, I want to learn faster, how to grow faster, and I stay closer to the brother Jay so that I can learn more from him, because that time we don't have so much online facility yet. So I start from zero again and to start my life all over again, just because I want to make changes in my future and I want to grow in Elken faster, you know. So if there is change, sometimes if there is changes that we need to make in our life to actually improve ourselves, just do it. Yeah. And every organization within an industry is an expert in their own field. The only successful way to master these skills is through continuous learning and self-advancement. So always relearn and recreating the initiative of keep learning, keep improving can only come from yourself. Just like here, nobody can force you to attend or to keep learning. And some more, now we have so many online learning, we have products, business opportunity. We have also, like, our VP Mike Tan is also having the Mr. Digital Live every week now. There's many online channels that we can learn and do self-improve now. So this is the best time for us to continue to keep learning and learn faster. So number 5, dare to make obstacles and challenges. All success actually come with challenge. And if we treat ourselves as the leaders, we will be the first one to actually face the challenge and to find out and face the problems. Not others, not our downlines, but we ourselves. So our 001 always say, I remember, he say, if we have small problem, we have small success. If we have big problem, we have big success later. Yeah. So if we are able to overcome all obstacles and challenges, it's actually equal to our ability enhancement. Yes. Means the more obstacle we face, the faster we improve our ability, improve our problem solving skill, meaning we are also getting closer to success. So, and I remember also the 001, he used this example. He said, imagine imagine now we have a booklet of a coupon. Maybe, for example, there's 1,000 pages. So let's say every rejection I face, I tear off one page. Yeah. So in order to achieve, for maybe my diamond, I need to complete these thousands rejection. Then only I can reach my diamond. So of course, then we feel happier. We feel, even more motivated when we are facing the rejection. Because the faster we face the rejection, actually the faster we can grow and the closer we are to our target. Just like the President Cody also mentioned, in her sharing last week, so many challenges she's facing. She has US$ 300,000 debts from the business, the car and the house being taken away from the bank, the kids are actually crying, so many challenges. And even after she succeeded in Elken, but the downline, the group left her and she has to start all over again. But she knows all these obstacles and challenges are actually normal along the way to success. And obstacles and challenges arise in the process, just like weeds in the field. So it's common, and it's just our perception and mental how we are going to embrace and learn from all these obstacles. So number 6, self-zero-rise. So I know in English maybe there's no such words like zero rise. We just try to translate from Chinese. So it means actually go back to zero and relearn and restart everything again. Yes. You know, even we may be successful in our previous career or other network company, but when we want to do or want to start in Elken Global together now, we need to zero-rise ourselves and learn everything from zero. Because each environment has its own unique methods and condition of success. So before embarking into a new environment, we need to familiarize, we need to understand and master the unique success methods and condition. And by accepting this fact, we are sure that we can achieve the goals. Just like our senior upline, Mr. Lee, he is a professional civil engineer who is graduated from Taiwan and is already doing his profession well in the big company. But because of the economic downtime in, I think, 1997 or 1998, he has no choice, and because he's already feeling the crisis. And that time, he get into Elken, and he has to learn from our 001 Lauta, which is just an ordinary lorry driver. But because Mr. Lee know that in order to really learn the fastest in the new industry that he's not familiar with, which is this network marketing, he has to zero-rise himself and learn from the best, from the person who is well versed in his field. So he willing to zero-rise himself and learn everything again and learn from the system education, and that makes him the first millionaire in the south of Malaysia and expanding his international network until now for 20 over years. So zero-rise is very important. So as a self-zero riser, we always remind ourselves to start afresh to achieve self-advancement. We always review ourselves. Is it time to zero-rise ourselves again? Because if we are a non-self-zero riser, meaning that maybe we always think that I know everything already, I have a lot of experience, but we never really want to learn from each other, then the mentality may make us remain at status quo, maybe better, I don't know, or maybe worse. So sometimes it's not just at the beginning of the career we need to zero-rise ourselves, but every time when we face certain challenges or some bottleneck, that we need to review what we have done right, what we have done wrong, and we need to zero-rise and start fresh. Just like I think Cody mentioned, even when she's already a millionaire in Elken, she's willing to zero-rise, to relearn again, to do prospecting at a stranger market, talk to everyone on the street that she don't know, just to show her downline she's going through all this with the downlines. And we also have many, many experienced network marketing leaders here. Like, for example, we have Brother Peps here. He has already 17 years in network marketing industry, but he's still here, to learn like everyone today and learn everything again and learn how to do online even during this period. So give all our experienced leaders here also another round of applause. And number 7, be persistent and be positive. We have to take the responsibility of our life. Always be persistent and positive in whatever we have decided to do and focus on it. Brian Tracy said, your persistence is in fact the true measure of your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. And every time that you persist in the face of adversity and disappointment, you build the habit of persistence. So meaning the more disappointment we face, the stronger we build our persistence. The more we persist, the more we'll believe in ourselves. And the more we believe in ourselves, the more we persist. And a lot of billionaires there, like Bill Gates of Microsoft, Steve Jobs of Apple, and Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, they all drop out of college, but they still make it big today because they are persistent since day one. And in the Chinese proverbs, we always say persistence can grind an iron beam down to a needle. Yeah. Imagine, iron beam is something like very long and thick. But in the Chinese proverb, we describe if a person is really very persistent in doing something, he can continue to grind the iron beam until it's become a needle. So this is depends on how much you can keep doing the same thing we are doing. Just like remember the first topic we talked about how to start. Second topic we talked about ABC rules. So how long we can keep continue and doing the same thing and duplicating it. That is what our Mr. Lee and Brother Jay has been keep doing for the past 10, 20 over years. So we need consistent and persistence, especially like doing follow-up with our downlines or leaders. And Thomas Edison, the greatest inventor in the world, he actually made more than 10,000 experiments before he succeeded in making the first talking machine, the phone. But look what he said. He said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That is how he thinks and perceives things. So we learn from the successful people. And winners never quit and quitters never win. Yes, when we already focus and want to do something, let's continue and focus on it. Yeah, and continue and do until we are the winners. Next two slides. And especially in network marketing, we all understand that it takes time to build, but it's all worth it. So look at the slide, I think in the next graph. Yeah, we will never know how close we are to the victory, especially when we are going through so many struggle. Like I say, the more struggle we face, actually, the closer we are to our target. So don't ever quit if you are already at the right platform with the right company. Okay, now the last one, entrepreneurship. So ask ourselves also, do we really treat this business as our lifetime career? Elken is a free enterprise. We are our own boss in this business. So adopting an entrepreneur's attitude also means that be responsible and serious about the business. Take initiative and be proactive, and be ambitious and always be enthusiastic. If we think ourselves as a boss, we always take initiative in everything we do. But if we think that we as an employee, we will just wait whatever upline order us to do. We will be passive and we will feel that, oh, why my mentors keep pushing me? Because we did not take up the responsibility. So today, if we treat this as our business, take the responsibility. And for example, you can start to expand the network of your area, take the whole responsibility of your territory, start to organize event there, rather than complaining and saying, oh, my area is far from Manila and office cannot do event there. That is not the right mental attitude. For example, we have the Baguio team like Mem Grill and Sister Phoebe. Yes, they start from small team, and especially 2 years ago when we don't have a much network in the outskirt area. So in the beginning, yes, it may be hard. But because they have the entrepreneurship mindset, they take the responsibility, they're consistently doing the home party, small group meeting. Yeah, just because they take the responsibility and treat this as your own business. So I also saw some of the leaders setting a very good example. They develop tools for duplication for the group and do training. They are not waiting for the company and complain the company never provide us this and that. So that is a right mental attitude that we need to always copy from the leaders as well. And also just like Brother Jay, when he first come to Philippines, we don't even have monthly meeting, weekly meeting, we don't have many products, we don't even have many people attend the meeting yet. But he never complained anything, but he always gratitude to the company and take the responsibility to build the whole Philippine market and grow it wholeheartedly. That is what we call the mindset of entrepreneurship. entrepreneurship. Next slide. And when we compare to traditional entrepreneurship, people who do direct sales sometimes tend to give up more easily. Why? Because traditional entrepreneurship investment are big, few hundred millions, billions. So people don't give up easily. But sometimes people may think that, oh, I start Elken capital is very small, few thousand. I won't lose anything if I give up now, right? You see, but if you already treat this as your lifetime career, you will see things another way. So we are our own boss and we decide our income. We decide how much time we want to put on in the business. So how much time we spend on the business will eventually decide how big our network can grow later. And just an example, for example, IBS is a very great tool for us to always take the initiative to learn and check and monitor our business performance. So this is one thing that we should also take the responsibility to learn and monitor our business. And next slide. So if we want to be successful, always remind ourselves that if we don't succeed this round, we may not it's not just losing an opportunity for ourselves but also affect our generation, our kids and our grandchildren, because this is not a normal opportunity. This might be the biggest chance in your life that you don't want to miss it. So grab the chance, grab the I really appreciate that we still have the ability to learn to actually continue doing the business even during this crisis period, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have any opportunity. So with this Elken 8 key mental attitude and perceptions, we wish that everyone can continue to practice and doing it until it's part of us. Then we are not far from success. And finally, you must be determined and persistent in your belief and actions. Then your success is assured. So I hope all of you get something from these 8 mental attitude and perception. And you can also revise this later. We will have the recording uploaded. So thank you for everyone for listening. I'll end my sharing here. And for next week, next Saturday, same time, 4 o'clock, we also have next topic here, basic action of MLM, the first one, which is selling. So thank you everyone. And if you have time, we still can have a few volunteers to share with us what they have learned today. Thank you. I'll pass back to Gigi.
Thank you, Miss Jo. May mga nag-appear sa screen. Wait lang.